Guys, so we're doing a double header today.
We are.
Which usually means Ashley brings a snack.
Oh my God.
What? So last time we did this, she cracks open hard-boiled eggs, and I literally wanted to die.
Last time we did this, that was like a year ago.
Okay, last time this happened.
Literally a year ago.
What is the worst, if you are stuck in a small room, what is the worst food that someone could just crack out and start chomping on? Do you want to tell everyone?
I had tuna salad.
I'm struggling. My eyes are watering. You couldn't have picked like toast.
Leave me and my food preferences alone, Taryne. Don't
butter,
food shame me.
Peanut butter bar.
Don't do it.
A banana.
Don't do it. Don't.
Some blueberries.
Don't.
Nothing.
Do it. I'll kill
Tuna.
You. I'll kill you. I'm trying to eat clean this week.
Mark, turn on the air.
Oh my God.
Today's episode is brought to you by Native.
Native deodorant is formulated with ingredients you have actually heard of, things like coconut oil and shea butter. Native deodorant never uses aluminum, parabens, or sulfates, but still keeps you smelling amazingly fresh all day long. With classics and rotating seasonals, Native has a deodorant scent for absolutely everyone, including their new holiday-inspired collection, Candy Cane, Sugar Cookie, hello, that sounds fantastic, and Fresh Mistletoe. And I'm personally obsessed with Native because it's not just good for you, it's good for the planet. They have a deodorant made of 100% paperboard packaging. They are vegan and they never test on animals.
Keep the scents of the season with you with Native's limited time holiday scented deodorants. Go to nativedeodorant.com and use code ADVICE to get 20% off your first purchase at checkout. That's nativedeodorant.com, code ADVICE for 20% off. nativedeodorant.com, code ADVICE. Today's episode is brought to you by Wealthfront.
After answering just a couple of questions, Wealthfront will build you a diversified portfolio of low-cost index funds in just minutes. You can also build your own portfolio with clean energy funds, crypto trusts, cannabis, tech, and hundreds of other investments. And my favorite, Wealthfront is totally automated. They do all the trading, all the rebalancing, and they even help you lower your tax bill while you invest.
To start building your wealth and get your first $5,000 managed for free, for life, go to wealthfront.com/advice. That's WEALTHFRONT.com/advice to start building your wealth. That's wealthfront.com/advice and get started today.
So can we talk about something for a second? I love games. I love getting lost in games and getting distracted from the real world. But I feel like most match 3 games are actually missing something. That kind of like compelling TV-worthy story that kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. Well, let me introduce to you Switchcraft. Switchcraft is a brand new take on match 3 games. As you play, you unlock pieces of a beautiful, magical, and gripping graphic novel. Switchcraft is a mobile game with a unique blend of TV-worthy writing. You can choose your own adventure-style narrative and thousands of magical match 3 levels.
There are so many things I love about this game, not just the thousands of levels that there are to play, but also the artwork and aesthetics are just beautiful. And there are so many different diverse characters that you can choose. They have over 85 characters from a variety of cultural backgrounds. Play your way through hundreds of enchanting match 3 levels, revealing a dark and winding mystery story. It all starts with the disappearance of your friend, and now it's up to you to unravel the mystery of her disappearance using your magical match 3 skills. I have lots of magical match 3 skills, Ash.
Of course you do. I'm sure you do.
Along the way, you'll find unique characters, a gripping story, and even a little romance. The best part is that your choices in the game determine the outcome of the story, so you are in the driver's seat.
Download Switchcraft for free and to unlock the magical mystery.
I live to embarrass Ashley.
I have been eating horribly the last 2 weeks, and I am determined to eat clean this week, hence tuna salad. But also, it was like by itself, no mayonnaise, no nothing.
Yeah.
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 It had lemon juice on it.
First, when you opened it, I was like, oh, it's not so bad. And then like 2 seconds later, like it wafted over
it
here.
reached over and smacked you in the face.
Like, help. Send help. Anyways, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
You mad at me, Ash?
Yeah, this is supposed to be a safe place. And I feel attacked. So
I feel attacked.
no, I feel attacked. Don't take this away from me.
My sense of smell feels personally
this is my time to shine.
attacked.
No.
Might as well have slapped me in the face with a fish.
Taryne hates fish.
I do hate fish. What's up, everyone? So we are
Fighting.
Finish my sentence. We are hatred.
I'll kill you.
We are getting close to the holidays. This is where I thrive. Like the Halloween season.
I'm sad Halloween's over.
Into New Year's. There is no better time.
Yeah.
Like I love summer. I love what comes with summer. Mm-hmm. But this is by far. This is the top.
This is Taryne's season.
Yes, I thrive. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. I'm already listening to Christmas music.
Are you?
Yeah.
I haven't started yet. I haven't dipped into it.
Not religiously. Like when after Thanksgiving, that's all I listen to. Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of like sprinkling in a couple.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm thriving. I'm happy.
I'm excited for. I'm just excited for all the food. It's around this time I start gaining weight, and I'm cool with it because it's part of life, you know.
Yeah.
How the cookie crumbles
for the pushing.
Exactly.
Gotta have something to grab onto.
Exactly.
What if handrails were just toothpicks? You would die. You need thickness.
What?
I'm just trying to save lives with my rolls. Okay?
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Anyways, look. I think I've said welcome to the podcast like 3 times.
This is Unsolicited Advice. I'm Ashley.
I'm Taryne.
And we're here to advise you. You might not want to take it, though.
No, honestly.
It might be the worst advice you ever heard.
Everyone's listening to us and is like, and we're supposed to listen to you.
And I would.
Because
you know what?
Anyways.
That's why we're in the comedy category.
Yeah, we are.
Do not take our advice.
I will never forget when... So, I mean, we've told this story so many times.
Have we? I have no idea where we're going with this.
Well, wait, Ash.
Go.
Okay, so our first time recording, it's so funny the difference between like where you thrive and where I thrive. Uh-huh. Like our photo shoot, I struggled that entire day. I was like so uncomfortable because I was like so just like I had never done like a big photo shoot like that.
Can I say something? Can I interrupt?
Did you hear? I was like,
as she was taking the breath, I was like, I have never.
Okay.
It's rare for me to have like a full vision for something. I knew exactly what our cover photo was going to look like.
Did.
I knew it. I'm pointing at it as I'm looking at it. I was like, we're going to wear orange suits. It's going to be like this blue turquoise background and it's going to look sick. Because why? Because orange and blue are complementary colors. Yeah. I knew it was going to pop.
Yeah.
And I just remember loving it.
Yeah.
Being so
and not
into
to
it.
take this to a dark place, but it is what it is. So like if you look at the photos, I'm so much skinnier than I am now, but I was so insecure that day. Like I literally almost cried like 50 times because I felt so disgusting like compared to you, and then with all the cameras and with all the people, and like it was like, okay, put this on, like change, like just it was so much for like a time where I was mentally and physically just like struggling, which is so funny because now like if today, because I've done so much work, I've gone to therapy, I'm like so much better. And any of you who have like listened to us for a while or like followed anything of mine know that like I'm in this journey, right? I'm so much more like I would have killed that photo shoot. I would have made that photo shoot my B word. Bitch. And I would have like thrived.
Yeah.
But I was in such a bad place then that day was my nightmare. And then it was funny.
Didn't know that.
I know. I don't think I was really even aware of like what was going on within me to like express it. And I was just
you told me that you were like overwhelmed, but you didn't tell me. I thought it was just like it was posing and
if I would have said anything, I would have lost it. So I was just trying to like keep it together.
Well,
but then
that was years ago. You still hadn't told me till now.
I don't know. I forgot. It's fine. but then the first episode, like that had to do with like my personality and talking. So I was like, where's the mic at? Like, and you were nervous.
Yeah.
So when we came in, I was excited. You were kind of nervous. We were like, this is new. It's so exciting. And then we got told that Mark, who is our producer, was really hard to make laugh. So then that was like challenge accepted. And then he thought we were really funny, and which was like, that's my crack, right? Like if someone thinks I'm funny, I'm like, haha. So then when our like bio came out of our show and it said comedians Ashley and Taryne, I was like,
I had no idea where we were going.
I'm sorry.
Until just now. I forgot we mentioned comedy.
Yeah. It took me a while,
yeah.
but I'm
really
back.
Went full circle, personal story, back to Mark, and then here we are.
I feel like it was all,
it was necessary. The details made the story.
So that was written when I really felt like I like came to like just an accomplishment in my life.
Yeah.
Like I was called a comedian. Not by myself, by someone else. You know what I mean?
You were told, yeah.
So anyways, we're funny. Listen to us, whatever. I don't even know where this all came from. So on to our tearing it up. Do you want to explain it?
Praise Jesus. Yeah, we have a funny segment where you guys send in specifically funny stories for us to read out loud / laugh at. And, it's not laughing at you. It really is laughing with you, as if we were in the situation with you. Also, in a weird like turn of events, even though we're in the comedy section, a lot of times we talk about serious stuff. So the tearing it up has been really helpful to like kind of like, ease it up.
Yeah.
We used to put it in between the stories.
We did.
Yeah. When did that change?
I don't know.
Huh.
What
Interesting.
Okay. Hi, Ashley and Taryne. My name is Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I am sending you a pretty embarrassing tearing it up story about a double whammy that got me suspended in 7th grade.
Okay.
Were you ever suspended?
No, I was a very good kid.
I don't think I ever got
I got detention like twice and I cried. Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad was my principal.
Wow.
And he called me in the office and he said, we'll talk about this when we get home. And I was like, I'd rather us just talk about it. And he was like, we'll talk about it. Go. And then
I'd rather be in a public setting.
I was like, Dad, I'd rather if we just
can we just do this now? I don't want to sit here and think about it all day. That's the worst. That is torture.
It was torture. He's smart. He knew what he was doing. As I'm like staring at my baby photo like up on the wall, I was like, I don't want to be here.
Remember, you love me.
Okay. I was hanging out with a few friends in gym class. It was the last period of the day and it was raining outside, so we got to just play in the gym. I was practicing my cursive handwriting, and then she put, remember when that was a thing? It's like not a thing anymore.
Oh, it's a waste of time. Dude with a sign. If you don't follow Dude with the sign, you 100% should.
Yeah, it's funny.
He posted a photo the other day, and on his sign it was like, I learned cursive for no reason, and I was like, yeah,
it is very true.
You know what? I learned calligraphy.
Oh, I wish I would have.
Literally had a calligraphy class that I had to take.
That's cool though. Like I still will like flex with my cursive on like cards or like when I'm writing something nice.
Sure.
It's beautiful. I don't know why it's not a thing anymore though.
Gorgeous. But also, I don't know her name. I can't shout her out, but there's a woman on TikTok who all her videos are beautiful cursive writing to beautiful music with like a pen, like
I love it.
Like a not a feather pen, like a dip pen. And it's gorgeous, and it gives me all the good feelings.
I feel like I wouldn't have to know anything else about a person if they use a feather dipped in ink pen. I would be like, you have your life together.
Yeah, it wasn't a feather; it was the like metal point. The pens that
like you have your.
It's
life
a dip
together.
pen. I'm sure I know there's a proper name that I don't have on me, but
a quill.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, and my friends complimented how pretty it was. They loved it so much, they asked me to write all of our names on the wooden benches inside the gymnasium.
Ooh.
Thievery. Or no, what is it called? Vandalism.
Vandalism.
Oh my God, Ashley.
What?
I'm so sorry. This episode is all about me and my own story.
She really is taking off.
Okay. So do you ever like get these weird things where you're like, I have always wanted to like see something. I'm not doing a good job of setting this up, but okay, for me, I always see graffiti everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. But have you ever really seen someone graffiti?
No. Because it happens in the pitch black of night.
No, guess what time it was?
Noon.
No, it was like 8 p.m. and like still kind of like like the lighting was like dim.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was like 13 and he was just standing on the side of the freeway.
What?
Just graffitiing.
The freeway?
A cop just drove right past and just kept going.
My God.
But I was like, wow, like I found my,
I've never seen someone graffiti.
I know. It was a really cool moment for me.
Wow.
So she's going to write their names in the gymnasium. She says, I was flattered, so I thought, why not? So I did in a huge, fat, black Sharpie. To my surprise, the dean of students was watching me the entire time. I noticed him standing up and walking towards me. Mind you, my brother and I are 18 months apart. So he was also at this school and he was a troublemaker. So the dean knew who I was because of our last name, because it was unique. To avoid getting in trouble, I, started running up the wooden bleacher steps to try to find somewhere to hide. It's so funny because bleachers, like, where are you going to hide?
I know. Yeah.
Like
it's like those movies when they're like just running down.
But when you're in 7th grade, you're like
down to the dead end and you're like, but that's a dead end.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My journey ended very shortly after my foot slipped, wet shoes, raining outside, you get it. And I hit my crotch bone on the outside of the bleacher.
No.
Dude, have you done that before?
Yeah, that hurts.
I slipped on poles one time, like my feet slipped and I like saddled it. I literally thought I was like broken.
Yeah.
It was the worst pain.
Oh my God.
Like a crotch injury wasn't enough to balance out the vandalism. I ultimately got caught and was suspended for 3 days. Thankfully, I had 3 days to heal, but my mom was pissed and also grounded me. I'm a mom now to a beautiful baby boy, and if something like this happened to him, I'd let the crotch injury be the punishment. That's so true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love your podcast. The spooky series was amazing this year. Always a listener, always a friend. Emily.
Isn't
that?
That's nuts. Wow. That's really good.
And then here's some pictures of her and her husband.
Oh my God. Your baby.
So cute.
Little peanut.
Dang, that's rough.
That is wild.
I bet that was a really fun circumstance to like watch happen though.
Oh, absolutely. If I was a friend, I'd just sit back, relax.
Emily, run! He's coming.
Taryne.
What?
Can you talk about your Harry Potter? Can you talk about your Harry Potter video? Guys, Taryne, this was a while ago, but Taryne has a really great Harry Potter impersonation between like Ron, Hermione, and Harry Potter. And you're gonna post it, right? You posted it on Instagram?
It's so I don't remember her name. There's this girl on TikTok who does like Harry Potter reenactments.
Yeah.
She did the chess scene and I was like dying. So I've been trying to like memorize the whole thing, and I finally, like last night on Halloween I was dressed as a Gryffindor fan. Mm-hmm. Like literally like
a fan of Gryffindor.
Quidditch, like I'm at the game, I'm cheering for Gryffindor.
Yeah.
That was my costume. So since I was already in Harry Potter getup, I was like, I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
And so I did it. And it was great. And
you should give them a glimpse.
No, it's so loud. It's so loud.
Just like the first couple lines. Please, Taryne, please.
I'm embarrassed.
No, you should have. We've all seen the video. You should just get into character and then just the first couple. Guys, you guys are not ready. This is so good.
I'm just imagining.
This is so good.
I'm imagining someone in their car like stopped at a stoplight and then the person next to them is hearing this coming over the speaker.
Please do it.
Hold on.
Get into your
I'm in character.
Get into zone. Okay. Step into who you are meant to be.
I'm ready. Okay. Once I make my move, then you're free to check the king. No. Ron, no. What is it? Should I keep going? He's going to sacrifice himself. No, you can't. Do you want to stop Snape from getting that stone or not? Harry,
It's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me. Not Hermione. You. These are the things I do with my free time.
It's so good.
Can you just picture me in my bed, like Googling the script?
Oh my God.
Anyways, special talent, party trick.
Wow, what a treat for us.
Yeah,
And our,
you know?
our listeners.
Next week, maybe I'll do Voldemort. Oh. Just kidding.
I would please.
Move on. Let's move on. Anyways.
Anyways, we're here to advise you guys on your
17 minutes in.
your life situations. Wow, we really took a long time.
Yeah.
This inevitably, this always happens whenever we record 2 episodes.
Yeah, we get
the
goofy,
second episode is always weird. It's always so weird.
Yeah.
But like in a good way.
Yeah, in the best way. Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I am obsessed with the holidays and everything that comes with it, even the smells of the season. And thanks to Native's new seasonal scents, my favorites are with me wherever I go. Yes, I am talking about deodorant. Ash.
Oh, I was tracking with you.
Ash.
I was tracking. Guys, Native deodorant is formulated with things that you've actually heard of, which is unheard of. They have things like coconut oil and shea butter in them. Native deodorant never uses aluminum, parabens, or sulfates, but still keeps you smelling amazingly fresh all day long, which is, you know, imperative to living. They have classics and rotating seasonals. Native deodorant has a deodorant for absolutely every single person, including their new holiday-inspired collection, which I'm super excited for. I love everything holiday. They have candy cane, sugar cookie, and fresh mistletoe, which now that I'm thinking about it, I personally chose sugar cookie because, I mean, who doesn't want to smell like a sugar cookie?
I know I do.
And I know that I'm not alone in loving Native. They have over 15,000 5-star reviews, and I know that you're going to love them too. I was a little hesitant towards using natural deodorant because I tend to work out a lot, and that means that I tend to smell a lot. And I didn't think that natural deodorant was going to work for me, but I was wrong. After using Native for a little over a week, I noticed that I wasn't smelling, and it's so much better for your body. Anything without those chemicals is so much better, and I'm super stoked to be doing this for myself.
Keep the scents of the season with you with Native's limited time holiday scented deodorants. Go to nativedeodorant.com and use code ADVICE to get 20% off your first purchase at checkout. That's nativedeodorant.com, code ADVICE for 20% off. nativedeodorant.com, code ADVICE. If you have ever wanted to make your home feel safer, there is no better time than now. This week, our friends at Simply Safe are giving Unsolicited Advice listeners early access to all their Black Friday deals. 50% off their award-winning home security. We love Simply Safe because it has everything you need to make your home feel safe. Indoor and outdoor cameras, comprehensive sensors, all monitored around the clock by trained professionals who send help the instant you need it.
Normally stuff like this goes over my head. Honestly, I have trouble putting a desk together, but Taryne and I were able to put together our Simply Safe so quick and easy. We did not have to call for help. I didn't have to call my dad and ask how to do anything. And I was very proud of us for being able to do it on our own. Guys, Simply Safe was even named Best Home Security System of 2021 by US News and World Report. You can easily customize a system for your home online in just minutes and even get free custom recommendations from Simply Safe. And I personally love Simply Safe because there are no long-term contracts or commitments, so it's really easy to get started and feel a little bit more peace of mind at night.
Take advantage of Simply Safe's early Black Friday deals and get 50% off your new home security system by visiting simplysafe.com/advice. Again, that's simplysafe.com/advice for 50% off your entire system.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and read my story. This one's titled "Am I the Drama?"
Yes.
And it's a shorty, which is nice.
Oh, mine's
Lots of time to discuss.
Okay.
Let's get into it. Dear Ashley and Taryne, first of all, I'd like to tell you how much I enjoy listening to the podcast. It has been a good way for me to relax or unwind in the evenings, and sometimes it keeps me entertained when I'm doing my least favorite subject's work. I'd like to remain anonymous, but for your sake, here's my name. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
On to the dilemma. bum, bum, bum. We all know how hard COVID has made our lives, but oh boy, has it shook mine. To give you a background, I am a person who really cares about the people who are in my friendship circle. So I tend to drag friendships that have already sunk.
The
The
friendship's basically over, but you're trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Got it.
I have lost almost all of my friends these last 2 years,
Ooh.
and I'm beginning to wonder if I'm the drama. One friend just stopped bothering. The other got new friends and never put in any effort. And you get the gist. I have communicated with them and told them how I'm feeling and that I would like to work on our friendship, but for some reason, that drove them away one after the other. What should I do? Should I try to rekindle the friendships or should I leave them sunk? And if that's the case, how do I make new friends and how do I not drive them away? Oh, and the other thing, 2 of them, let's call them Paige and Maya, lost parents. Maya lost her dad and Paige lost her mom. And I keep asking myself if I should be a friend or not since we're technically no longer friends. In case you're wondering, of course I've reached out, but since we aren't really friends anymore, I feel like an outsider. I feel like I wasn't there for them when they needed someone there. Did I make a mistake not being there for them? I'm really sorry for this email being so long and all over the place. Sincerely anonymous. First of all, it was not long.
Yeah.
It was very short. And I don't think it was all over the place at all. I do think this is just one of the other things that COVID has done is put a lot of people, even friendships, in like rocky situations.
Yeah.
Something that's happened, which we were talking about in our last episode, was like everyone was depressed and we just weren't prioritizing friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a long period. Like Taryne and I lived together. So that was a little different, but there were so many friends that I didn't see and I didn't talk to for months. And they would check in every once in a while or I would check in every once in a while. But it does put you in a weird place with knowing where you stand in that relationship. COVID was really good at kind of sifting out who like the real friends are, who the fake friends are. But that does... I do understand like feeling like that could possibly be you. But that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah, I have so a couple of thoughts that came to my head. One was in regards to what you're saying. I don't know why, like, and I know that this is something that is definitely like I think a gift I have. Like I feel like I'm really good at just like saying and mentioning the awkward things that people are like scared to say.
Oh, you're great at it.
But I think because part of me, like I sit back and I'm like, why is it weird to say these things or talk about it? Like for me, if I'm you and I'm looking at this pattern and I'm like, okay, bro, like I had all these friends and then within all this time, like they just like are not here. And if you're like, is this me? Like, am I doing something? Like I would straight up just reach out and just be like, hey, I mean, obviously, like I feel like the distance, things like aren't the same, but like we were so close. Like you were someone who was so important to me. Like, can we just talk about, like, I would love to know what happened. Like, did I do something?
Yeah.
Is our lives just going in different areas? Like, I just would love to know. Because for me, I'm sitting here like, what just happened? And I feel like people are so afraid to like talk about it, even with guys. Like I'm very like blunt and I'll just be like, hi, like where did you go? Like, did I miss something? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it does put people in uncomfortable situations because nobody wants to own up to like what they're doing or why. But for you, like I feel like that would be freeing to at least like have said something so you could leave being like, okay, well, I tried to like talk about it. Like I tried to try to make things better. And at the end of the day, you can't force someone to love you. Like that's humiliating. And I've been in that situation where I'm like begging people to give me attention and that does so much damage to you. So I feel like at the end of the day, if your friends aren't willing to be there for you and like love you the way you need, then like it's probably probably it's probably best that like you move on. But if like you're sitting there and you're like, is something going on that like I'm not aware of, like say something.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come at this from the exact opposite side. I hate confrontation. I don't know how to have those kinds of conversations. I hate being in a vulnerable position, and I hate making a situation awkward.
Yeah.
So all that's really hard for me. But I'm going to agree with Taryne. If you're not friends already,
what's there to lose?
Then what's there to lose? Like, if this is going to help you in making friendships in the future, then I say shake it off.
Yeah.
Go to them in person or send a text or call or whatever is easiest and most comfortable for you. And just simply ask, just be like, hey, like, I realize we our friendship kind of died. Like, I would love to know if I did anything. Did I rub you the wrong way?
Yeah.
Was I annoying to you? Was I too clingy? Was I not around enough? Like, paint a picture of what it was like to be a friend with me, because I'm worried I'm doing something. And I think a genuine person would be like, oh yeah, actually you kind of sucked
A,
as
B,
a
and
friend.
C.
Like, you did this, and this. I don't think you're a horrible person, but like friendship wise it wasn't great. Or they'd be like, no, you were great, it's just, or you are great, I just don't consider you like a super close friend.
Lives are different.
Yeah. And I think if you word it in a very non-aggressive and very just like, hey, I'm trying to work on myself, can you help me? I feel like anyone would be like, dude, for sure. Like, here's how it is.
I mean, worst case, they ignore you and you don't have an answer, which you already don't.
Right,
So, like,
but you don't even talk to them. So, like, that's where I'm coming from is I'm like, normally I would say, that's really hard and let's be easy on her. But if you're not friends with them really anymore, then you're not losing anything. So you might as well at least try to better yourself and learn about what you can improve in the future.
Yeah. The other thing that kind of stuck out to me is just what she was talking to at the end about being there for her friends whose parents have passed. That actually it's interesting because I recently, why can't I talk? I'm like slurring my words.
It's our second episode.
I recently had a friendship that kind of like dwindled away, and like we hadn't been friends for years, and her dad passed away, and I reached out, and just because of like the timing, we had both grown, like I think because she was like, I loved that you knew my dad, you knew my family. So like we were able to just kind of rekindle and honestly now have like a stronger friendship than we even had in the past. And what I will say is I think it's fine to reach out for someone you love and to be there for them no matter what's going on, because in those specific circumstances, it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's being there for someone. Now, on the flip side, if they are not wanting sympathy from you and they're not wanting, like, if you reach out and you're like, hey, like, I'd love to just, like, be here for you. Like, can we get coffee? Like, is there anything I could do? And they're like, oh, thank you, but we're good. Then that is not the time to try to rekindle a friendship because, again, it's not about you. Yeah. Like, if I would have reached out to my friend, when I reached out, it was like, hey, literally, you don't have to respond. I just want you to know, like, I'm so sorry. And like, if you need anything. And then it kind of like snowballed into something. But I don't think if you said you reached out, like maybe check in again and offer like, hey, like I would love to get together and like if you'd like. But if they don't want to, this time is just, it's about them and you need to respect that. So I feel like those are kind of separate.
Yeah. Situations. I think what you would need to do either way is because you guys aren't friends anymore, I would just keep the bar really low. I would not set very high expectations. I would do what you need to do. I would reach out. I would word it the way Taryne did. But I wouldn't expect a response, or I would expect them to not be interested in anything. If something good comes out of it where you are able to have a connection, even if it's a brief one, then that's amazing. Yeah. But if not, at least they know that you're thinking about them. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be something even where you even get together or do anything for her or them. You can just say, hey, you've been on my heart. Yeah. And I just wanted to reach out and let you know if you need anything, I'm here. That sometimes even means more to me personally because I don't know. I think when people go out of their way to let you know that they've been thinking about you, I just think that's a very like special and intimate way to say like, hey, I'm here and whatever you need, like I got you. And that specifically just means the world to me.
Yeah, well,
without making a big deal or
'cause then it's
even
about
hinting,
them.
even
Yeah.
hinting at a friendship or you getting anything out of
Yeah.
it. It's fully you giving to them. And I think there's something very beautiful in that. So I think if you word it the way Taryne said and set your expectations low, you can walk out of this okay, you know? And then they'll know at least that was very sweet of her to like reach out, you know?
Oh, fully. But yeah, I mean, friendship is really hard. Like,
especially during all the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
It's
and
been
then,
hard.
you know, different chapters in life, people have different priorities. It's easy to feel like forgotten.
People change.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, I would put effort into finding friends like for where you're at now, and get some clarification. But I think like, I mean, being a friend it's really a simple thing, but I think it just gets complicated because we naturally, I think as humans can get so wrapped up in ourselves that we don't like think about others. So it's just making sure that you take that time to be intentional and looking for like what your friends need and providing them with what they need, even if it's not what you need. So I think like if you look back at your friendships and you're like, okay, was I there for them? Was I supportive of them? Was I, you know, investing in their life and asking them questions about their life? Like it's like, it really is a simple thing, but with humans, like you have people that have different needs and different feelings. So you could have been giving them love in the way that you give love, but maybe they needed it different. So that's why I think just that clarifying question of like, hey,
Yeah.
was there something that happened that I just wasn't aware of is going to be helpful for you.
Yeah. And again, any good human being would say, okay, yeah. Let me spell it out for you.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to walk away with a lot of insight into what went down.
Yes.
And I'm excited for you. Also, I think it's really cool that you are trying to better yourself in this way before entering into like more friendships.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people think that way, let alone like even view themselves as possibly the cause or the reason. So I think you have a really cool like view on this, and I think that's really awesome. And I think anyone who is constantly trying to better themselves, like they're usually the best type of people because they're just super healthy, very open, and you sound amazing. So I'm excited for all the future friendships that are coming your way, and I'm excited for you to get insight on some of your past ones. And thank you for writing in.
Yes, amazing.
Dude, COVID and friendships.
The worst. COVID is just the worst in
COVID
general.
and friendships.
COVID can suck it. Okay.
As you guys know, we are such advocates for therapy and getting professional help when you need just assistance. Doesn't even have to be something big or small. We are just all about mental health. And so we're always so excited when we get to partner with our friends, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp. Guys, if you haven't already heard, BetterHelp is an online community that is here for you. And they specialize in so many things. I'm going to go ahead and list them off for you. They specialize in things like depression, anger, stress, family conflicts, anxiety, LGBT matters, relationships, grief, sleeping, self-esteem, trauma, and so much more. The service is available for clients worldwide, so it doesn't matter where you are. BetterHelp is there for you. And also, BetterHelp will meet you where you're at, whether you want to text them, FaceTime them, do a normal phone call, a Zoom chat, whatever works best for you. BetterHelp is available on all platforms and ready for you.
I've mentioned before, but I am currently getting therapy through BetterHelp, and I have really enjoyed just how easy it is. Like, it's from wherever. I've taken therapy sessions in the car, in my room, like on the phone, on video. It's just very convenient. We want you to start living a happier life today, and as one of our listeners, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/advice. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/advice. Today's episode is sponsored by Masterclass, and if you guys have not heard of Masterclass, me and Ash are huge fans. With Masterclass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. Whether you want to create an unforgettable dish with Gordon Ramsay, write a chart-topping song with Alicia Keys, or build an iconic brand with Anna Wintour. With over 100 classes from a range of world-class instructors, that thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think.
So what is Masterclass? Masterclass is accessible on your phone, web, or smart TV, offering classes on a wide variety of topics, all taught by world-class masters at the top of their fields. Each class is broken out into individual video lessons, usually around 10 minutes long. Members can explore at their own pace, and each class is supported by downloadable materials, lessons, recipes, or more. You can find all the available classes at masterclass.com. They have hundreds of video lessons from 100 plus of today's most brilliant minds, and they're available to you anytime, anywhere on iOS, Android, desktop, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. As you guys know, as a YouTuber, as a podcaster, I'm a creative and I enjoy all things creative. I also enjoy being inspired by other creatives. St. Vincent has a masterclass where she talks about all things creativity and songwriting, and it is one of the most inspiring things that I've seen, and I highly recommend it to anyone out there who also considers themselves a creative.
This holiday, give one annual membership and get one free. Go to masterclass.com/advice today. That's masterclass.com/advice. Terms apply. A lot of investment apps make it easy to start trading, but just because it's easy to do doesn't mean you know what you're doing. You know what I mean, Ash? That's what makes Wealthfront different. They make it easy to invest, and they make it easy to get smarter about investing.
Wealthfront is trusted with over $27 billion in assets, helping nearly 500,000 people build their wealth. After answering just a couple of questions, Wealthfront will build you a diversified portfolio of low-cost index funds in just minutes, you guys. It's super quick. You can also build your own portfolio with clean energy funds, crypto trusts, cannabis, tech, and hundreds of other investments. And Wealthfront even offers a socially responsible portfolio, which is a mix of funds built around human rights, climate change, sustainability, and diversity, and I love that.
To start building your wealth and get your first $5,000 managed for free for life, go to wealthfront.com/advice. That's WEALTHFRONT.com/advice to start building your wealth. That's wealthfront.com/advice and get started today. Let's move on to mine. And it is just titled Discouraged.
Oof.
Which, like, I felt that.
Sometimes those one
like,
word
I don't even know what to title this.
Yeah.
I'm just done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Hi, ladies. So, kind of a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. I haven't had a real boyfriend in about 7 years. That relationship should not have even happened. He cheated, and I found the naked pics from the girl on his phone.
My God.
That is my nightmare. Like, whoever I date, I'm just going to have a very clear conversation. I'm like, bro, if you are done with me, like, that's totally fine. But can you just leave me? Like, just leave me, like, dump me.
Don't drag me along in your mess.
It can be harsh. It can literally be like, hi, I'm done with you. Don't cheat on me. Like, don't bring those insecurities into me. I already have enough. So anyways, moving on. I have dated plenty of people since then. What's that like? But nothing has lasted more than a few months. 2 years ago, I met this guy on Bumble that I really ended up liking. I truly thought this was it. It was the real deal, and he acted the same way. After only a couple of weeks of dating, we both kept saying how we both felt like we've known each other for so much longer. Then after 2 months exactly, he ended it saying he just didn't think he liked me as much as I liked him. I hate those, like, out of nowhere. I'm like, then why did you say all the things? Why did you act the way?
Yeah.
Like, just act chill, bro.
Yeah. Don't
give me any hope.
Yeah.
Then you can just bounce. And I'll be like, meh. Meh. He never said otherwise.
Yeah, true. True.
And I know what you might be thinking. Like, I was being too clingy or I showed it too much towards him. But I made sure not to be obsessive this time because I used to get like that. And that was one of my biggest problems in that first relationship I mentioned. This time, I would wait for him to text me. If he wanted to just chill at home, I gave him space, whatever.
He started dating someone new a few months ago and they're still together. Now, I'm not really hung up on him anymore, but my issue is that this time it kind of broke me. I'm completely discouraged from dating now. I can't seem to find anyone I like anymore, no matter how many dates I go on, but I want a relationship so badly. I know I could be much happier with a companion, someone to get excited about again. I know I can be alone and still be happy because I've been doing it for 7 years now. I even live alone. But I can't seem to get over this hump of opening back up again. I built walls that I didn't even know I built. How can I open up again? What would your advice be? I appreciate you both. Thank you, Amber.
Amber,
I didn't like some of the stuff you just said.
Oh.
I'm going to get Mama Bear for a second.
Go for it.
I think that you have equated these dip holes.
Yes.
Did I just make up a word?
Yeah, but I like it.
And how they treated you to be a reflection that you did something to deserve that treatment.
Yeah, it seems almost like she's putting her value in these assholes.
Like her straight up saying, and I know what you're thinking.
No.
You don't know what I'm thinking, because what I'm thinking is, wow, what a jerk. Like, thank God, like that side of him came out and you got out of there. But what she thinks we're thinking is, don't worry, I was not too obsessive. Don't worry, I waited till he texted me. Don't worry, I left him alone if he needed. I'm sorry, what? Like,
yeah.
No. And I want to make this clear. You have got to take a second and step back, and you have got to take like some time to get reacquainted with your worth.
Yeah.
Because honey, that is not it.
Nope.
You are I don't even have to know you to say this. You are a beautiful human being who deserves what you deserve. You deserve the world. You do not deserve to be treated like you are an inconvenience to someone. I'm sorry, what? Like,
yeah.
No. And I hate the fact that and I've been guilty of this. I've yelled at you before about this.
Yeah.
That we feel like we have to play this game to intrigue guys for long enough to trick them into being with us in hopes that they won't leave. Like, what?
Yeah.
If I want to text you, I'm going to text you. If I'm bothering you, then bye. Like,
yeah.
It gets me so heated because you see that you truly, Amber, feel like there's something wrong with you and that's why you're single. And I want to punch everyone.
Yeah. I went through a really weird time in my like mid-20s where Taryne was there for all of it, where I took everything very personal.
Yeah.
Like anytime a guy like ghosted or something was off or like it didn't work out, it was all very much like I did something wrong.
Yeah.
And now that I am the ripe old age of 31 and have all this wisdom, I really have learned that with dating, I have to set my like emotions aside and almost it feels more, especially in the beginning, it feels like a game. It's an are we compatible game. And the way to come out of this okay is to be the most organic and natural version of yourself right off the bat. Right off the bat. Because this whole like, oh, what is he into? Okay, I'll be into that too. That's only going to pin you into a corner where and also it's not fair because he's going to think he's dating one person and you can't that's not, I hate that stuff actually. So
and how tiring
like
to
exhausting.
Just be a different person in hopes that like they don't figure it out and like you don't let it slip.
And being a different person sounds so dramatic and big, but even if it's something little that you just kind of fake when you're around them, that's not okay. Because one, that's telling them that you're someone else. And two, that's not who you are. Yeah. So if you're actually looking for someone, which it sounds like you are, then you have to go into this with like, this is me. And I mean right off the bat, like just you can have serious conversations while joking.
Yeah.
where they get to know you at your core. And hopefully if you're being you at your core, that'll allow them to be at their core. And it only takes 3 dates before you realize they're an asshole, you know?
Yeah.
Or it only takes one night of a good conversation to be like, we'll never work out, but like, good luck to you. Like, I hope you have a good life.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be this very dramatic, emotional thing where it's always your fault or, you know, whatever. It can just, all it needs, it's a game. And 90% of the time, you're not going to match with everyone.
Yeah.
You're only going to match with like one person.
Just
you
like
know?
you're not going to be interested in anyone.
Yeah.
And let me say this sentence, and I want you to hear me, Amber. Anyone in your life that makes you feel like you have to dim yourself for them to shine is not meant to be in your life. And I'm talking friends. I'm talking like any type of relationship. Someone who deserves your time and your energy is someone who feeds into you and who makes you feel like a better version of yourself and who celebrates your success, who celebrates who you are, and who looks forward to your like quirky texts or you wanting to just like hang out with them, whatever it is. You should not have to like hide parts of yourself for someone else to love you.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, what could be the reason for you being single is you've lost who you are and you've lost your like spark and confidence that makes you who you are because you're trying to just be whoever you think everyone else wants you to be. And what truly is the sexiest thing is confidence, is you walking to a room and being like, I am who I am and you can take it or leave it. Like people are attracted to that. So I think, yes, you've been single. Yes, you feel like, oh, I've done this long enough. But I think you need to like reshape how you're thinking. And I think you need to like fall in love with yourself and figure out who you are and then go into dating being like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, let's feel this out. And maybe I don't want you. Maybe like you don't fit with me. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm just not, I can't find anyone. Like, you need to figure out what you want and who you are before you can find someone to like partner with for life. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. Taryne. Taryne.
Fired up.
Pop off.
I'm fired up. Because I've felt that before. And I've watched you go through that where I'm like, why are you dimming yourself?
Exactly.
Like, that's not fair. Like, you need someone who's like, dang, like she's a catch and like I need to step up my game to like keep up with her. Yeah. Not the other way around.
At a certain point, and you know, we've grown so much, but I'll go ahead and share the story. There was a guy that I was talking to and it was one of those situations where for whatever reason, I was infatuated. And it was very clear from the very beginning that I made more money than him. I also have a bag obsession and I wouldn't wear some of my favorite bags that I would anyone else I would wear. If I'm going out on the first date, I always try to look my best. And that includes like one of my favorite bags. Like it's not a first date outfit unless I have like one of my favorite bags that like goes with it. You get it.
How mad was I on a scale of 1 to 10 when you told me this?
I wouldn't wear my bags around him because I thought it would make him feel uncomfortable. And I eventually told Taryne this, and she almost hit me. No, I'm just kidding.
Out of love.
We had a very long conversation about it because I knew, I'm not dumb. I knew it was unhealthy, and I knew it was pointless, and I knew it wasn't going to work out between us. But something in me was like, ooh, like he might make a remark. I don't even want to go there. I'm not going to wear it. When I love my bags. But again, part of who I shouldn't have to hide that. And that's something I know, but it's weird when you're like in it and everything gets cloudy and it's just one of those things. Yeah. Point of the story, get yourself a Taryne to smack you when you need to be smacked.
You have me. I have been yelling at you out of love. But this is just something I hate when people have to go through life. And I know because I've gone through it. Like I've dealt with this. Like I've been, you know, in relationships or friendships or whatever where I felt like I was not enough and I was hanging on for dear life. And like nobody deserves that. And I just feel like life is too short for that. And I think that's why a lot of people end up getting married and then getting divorced because they're trying so hard to cling to the relationship and feeling included in whatever.
It's almost like a pride thing.
Yeah, and then
where
it's
like they want to look happy or they want to make
you're
it
like,
work.
Do you know? Do they know you? Like,
Yeah.
do they appreciate you? Because at the end of the day, like someday you're gonna get old and wrinkly, and you're gonna just sit on the couch with each other. Like,
Yeah. Do you
Don't
want
you
to
wanna
watch
be with
this
someone-
person floss every night
yeah.
for the rest of forever?
Or do you want to sit there and be like, I can't talk to you because I don't even know what my own opinion is?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
Amber.
Amber.
We are restructuring. You need to dip back into those previous guys and feel out for like what damage is still there and process that. Talk to friends, talk to people, find your foundation again, get back on your feet, remember who you are, and then walk into that next date like so confidently as like, no, this is not a test for am I good enough for you? This is a test for are you good enough for me?
Yeah, and again,
that's it.
And again, I think at the top of this email you said something along the lines of guys not being interested in you taking that personally, but it really is a flip in perspective. That is you not wasting, like that's an answer. That's not your person.
Yeah.
And it should be a good thing when you realize that. Like you shouldn't, it's hard. I know it's hard late, like once you start getting feelings involved, but especially in the beginning in dating, if it's not your person, it's good that it's clear and obvious, because you can walk away and go, that's not my guy, or that's not my girl, or that's not who I'm meant to be with. That's an answer for you to put in your pocket. Every date I've ever been on, I've learned something about myself.
Yeah.
And I've learned something that I want in my future person.
Or it's terrible, and then it's such a funny like story you can like laugh about with your friends.
Exactly. And you can be like, listen, I don't know who my guy is, but he can never be like this one specific guy that I went on a date. It's just like, it's a learning thing. And it should be, you should enter into it with that mindset.
Yeah.
Like you're here to learn.
Yeah.
Be your true organic self. And if it's not your person, take whatever you learned from that and put it into like future dating.
Yeah, it's funny how everything's personal. Like I get so offended if like I connected with someone, say like on Bumble, we're messaging, and then I go to like check if he responded and they're not there because I'm like, you just like intentionally unmatched me. But I do that all the time. Like all the time.
Yeah.
Or like I'll be like so offended if someone doesn't match with me, but like when I'm swiping, I swipe no. Like maybe in a session of swiping, I swipe yes to like one person.
Yeah.
I swipe no to pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why am I like you have to take a step back.
It's not
and be
personal.
Like, it's not personal.
It's not personal. It's business.
It's business
Yeah.
with emotions.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I hope, Amber, that you feel like loved and supported and you feel freaking fired up to like, let's restart this. Let's restart. New year, new you. Go get it.
Are we there yet?
Go get him,
Oh
Tiger.
my God, we're already towards the coming up on a new year.
I know, it's
wow.
crazy. It's getting close.
Wow. This was a good one.
Yeah.
This was a good one.
I haven't gotten fired up in a while. I got fired up.
Fired up. Are we going to wrap it up with a dad joke, Taryne?
Yes, we are.
As per usual.
Yeah. If two vegans get in an argument, is it still considered a beef?
It's a tofurkey.
We're in a tofurkey.
Guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the podcast and getting all the way to the dad joke. If you did, we love you the mostest. Follow us on all our socials. Taryne has an Instagram. I have an Instagram. Yes. What's yours, Taryne? Taryne Renee. Mine's Ash Nicole. We have Unsolicited Advice Pod. Follow us there. And yeah, if you guys have any stories you want to share with us and get our unsolicited advice on, then please go ahead, write us. We want it. And we'll talk to you guys in the next episode.
Yes.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I don't know about you guys, but I am so obsessed with games, especially matching games. And most match 3 games can be a lot of fun, but it seems like there's something missing. The themes and characters change, but overall it's just the same format and can get kind of boring until now. Switchcraft is a brand new take on match 3 games. As you play, you unlock pieces of a beautiful, magical, and gripping graphic novel. Switchcraft is a mobile game with a unique blend of TV-worthy writing, choose your own adventure-style narrative, and thousands of magical match 3 levels. One of my favorite parts is just how compelling the storyline is. Like, it makes you keep wanting to play just to see what happens next. While you're playing, you'll find unique characters, a gripping story, and even a little romance. The best part is that your choices in the game determine the outcome of the story, so you're in the driver's seat.
Download Switchcraft for free and to unlock the magical mystery.